Oh, there it is.
There we go.
It kicked me off. It's doing like the government, and I want to work.
That's it. Yep. Every day.
We know how true that statement is.
No, no doubt, man. No doubt.
All right, let's see. Let me hit this. Let's see. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's get some people in here. I just posted your Facebook here. So let's go here, and I'm going to highlight the Backwoods Live Facebook there.
Yeah, man.
And then let's do this. Let's go to, all right, let's go to the ticker there. And I'm going to edit this one. And then I'm going to hit paste. Bam. Save. And bam, there it is on the ticker. Very cool.
There you go.
All right.
Cool
So how you have you ever used StreamYard before? You've done a lot of podcasts.
Never have. Most time it's been Zoom or pretty much Zoom for everything we've done or live.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
One thing about StreamYard you'll learn is like you can do the scrolling ticker, you can have your backgrounds, you can play music. I play a lot of music since I work with the radio station. And then like if you have enough storage space, you can actually load videos into your storage space and play videos, and it'll full screen the whole video. It's so cool.
That's pretty neat.
But sadly, we don't have enough storage space, or I would have one of your shows on there and just show clips of it. That'd be cool.
It'd be cool if you could just put like a YouTube link in there and just let the YouTube link play during the background.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Let's see. In fact, I got an idea. Let me go here. Let me go to. I'm on my computer here, so I'm gonna see if I can send myself. The cool thing about Facebook Messenger is you can send yourself messages. So I do that.
Yeah,
I do that a lot, so I don't forget stuff.
I send myself text messages and emails all the time. Like, hey man, here you go. Don't forget this.
That's great. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
No, I have to, man. If not, I'll never get anything done. I work. I have emails, and everybody fusses at me because I'm bad. I'll delete text messages, and the reason I do that is because I work off of them. So if they're higher up to the top, then they got priority to get done. So
yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. All right, let me go. I just search Backwoods Live, and boom. All right, and then I'm gonna send myself Backwoods Live. Copy. Yeah, if I do this religiously on my phone. I'd be lost without that option. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, you know what? While I'm at it, let me go back to. I got the Bookface app on my computer, so I'm going to share this out to several inboxes.
You got it going on over there, bro.
Oh, look, busier than a one-armed trombone player. Don't even describe it. That trombone player ain't got nothing on me most of the time.
I mean, you got to use both feet, right?
Yeah. And look, if you ever see a guy with one arm playing the trombone, you better buy him a steak dinner because that boy is talented. And I'm going to shake his hand, or well, the good hand.
High five or something.
If I ever do see that, you best believe I'm going to have a video camera out and I'm recording it because I've been telling people that for years. And when I finally see it, I'm going to be like, look, see, I told you this is a thing.
Well, Def Leppard had a one-armed drummer, so anything's possible.
That's true. That's true. And did you ever hear the story of that?
Yeah, it's been a while though.
Yeah, they said he was like, I don't remember his name. He's got a powerful story, but like he was drinking and had one too many. He was in a convertible car with his girlfriend, and they said he wasn't taking the band serious and he wrecked and his hand like got ripped off or whatever in the wreck. And so they was threatening to kick him out of the band. And he was like, no, no, no. He's like, I'm going to take it serious. I promise I'll get sober. And he got sober and like, he proved to him he could do it. And then there's videos, like music videos of him with one arm playing the drums. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, still does it today.
It still does it today.
Still does it today.
And I don't remember if he got saved or not, but I hope he did if he didn't, because that's a powerful. All right, let's see. All right, Coon Hunters Outdoor Ministries. Here. All right, how's everybody doing? Somebody just click like on my video. Well, while you're in here, I want you to share this out, whoever you are, that just like my video. So we're live in several places at once. We're live on Coon Hunters Outdoors Ministries YouTube and Facebook, and then live on Quake Radio's Facebook and YouTube, which is cool. And I think my personal page, we're live on there too.
Nice.
More
the merrier, man.
Yeah, the more we want a lot of people to hear this, because I am fired up about this. If my computer would just quit doing like the government. All right, Messenger. All right, here we go. Here we go. Paste. And paste. Bam, just sent that to myself. Okay, great. Now I got to share this live. Let's see. I'll share this to several inboxes because I want a lot of people to tune in. We did have one person, but they left. Y'all need to stay in here. Drives me crazy when you do a live and somebody goes in for like a second, leaves. Like, hey, you ain't gonna get the message if you don't stay in there.
Yeah, that's all good.
All right, let's see. Yeah, whoever shows up is supposed to show up, right?
That's right, 100%.
All right,
just
let's
me
see.
and you. It's just us.
Yeah, somebody's gonna hear this message. All right, let's see. Bam, bam. All right, let me share this out. Come on, computer. All right, there we go. Great. All right, I just sent this to like 7 inboxes. One more share. So I got to looking at my pictures on Facebook, and I started going to the Buckmasters Expo many, many moons ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was after I was out of college, and then I went to the very first World Deer Expo in 2010. I got to looking at my pictures, and I met you and Kevin at y'all's booth in 2013. But I don't remember if it was Buckmasters or the World Deer Expo.
That picture looks like Buckmasters.
Okay, Buckmasters. Yeah, because I kind of at first I was like, yeah, that's got to be Buckmasters because that's been a while.
I'm gonna say that's probably the last time I went to Buckmaster, to be honest with you.
Really? Wow.
We do that. I mean, it's just one of those things, we don't do a ton of shows like that anymore, just because the whole world's changed and how they do all this stuff, and
yeah,
people now, and I don't know, man. A lot is it's just I can't believe that I saw that picture too, and it was like 13 years ago now, almost.
Man, that's strolling down memory lane right there.
Right.
Yeah, I like the Buckmasters Expo, and I think Jackie Bushman's a great guy. I've met him twice, or maybe I've met him 3 times. I like the Buckmasters because you get in free with a can of food donated to food bank.
Yeah.
But as far as expos go, I like the World Deer Expo the best because it's just all 3 floors, the BJCC arena of nothing but hunting and fishing stuff on sale for 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't been to that one in a while either. It's been a long time. It's just so far from here for us. Just run up there for a couple days is I don't know.
Yeah.
You just kind of pick and choose your battle, especially in the summertime. Because this is our time of the year where we're getting stuff done in the woods and spending time with the family and all that before fall gets here and kind of gets crazy.
So you're in Georgia, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I thought.
I'm south, about south as you can get.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. See, all right. So tell everybody who you are, about your history, your TV show,
Oh my
whatnot.
gosh. Michael Lee, we've done Backwoods Life for 20, this is our 22nd season. And it's been pretty wild. We started back before any of the social media stuff even existed. So that's a tale in itself right there, telling on my age, but it is what it is. I can't help it. I hope I keep getting older, is all I can say.
Yeah.
But with that being said, man, we've adapted through the years, been on Sportsman Channel and Pursuit Channel and Outdoor Channel, still on Sportsman and Outdoor. And I don't know, man, it's changed a lot. Like we started out just videoing our hunts and having a good time, got this thing rolling. And then when social media hit, we started working hard on that side to get, social media following. We worked on YouTube, and now, we've got millions of followers, and it's kind of wild how it all transpires into what it is today, how we can reach people on so many different levels. So, being out there making good content now instead of filming quote TV shows, we're making content for everything now.
Man, the world has changed, and I love watching hunting shows. Like I watched I love the Pursuit Channel, but sadly, sometime last year, the Pursuit Channel had this thing on Dish Network saying that you needed to upgrade to the newest hopper system to get the new, because apparently the new thing was going 4K HD. I was like, okay. So we did that because our thing was outdated. We did that. Now I don't even have the Pursuit Channel. I don't know what happened to it.
They dropped off of I don't know, one of them. I guess they dropped off of that one. They're on direct or dish only now. Well, I forgot which one it is. So
Wow.
we don't air on Pursuit Channel anymore. Nothing against Pursuit Channel, but it's just
Sure.
better fit for us and the partners we work with is on Sportsman Outdoor Channel route. And honestly, man, we work with so many different companies when they're all got different needs from us, from content and stuff for us, and the bang for the buck, they get on social media and YouTube and TV and all in one big package. And that's kind of how we just build our audience on everybody that wants to watch wherever we can.
That's awesome. So what channels of course the outdoor channel, I think on Dish is like 390.94 or something like that.
I think so. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, man. Like I don't have satellite at all. I just stream everything now, and
That's cool.
I got all my different apps that I watch stuff on, and I don't even know. Heck, I mean, I know our show comes on at 10 o'clock on Tuesday nights Eastern time. That's about it.
Okay. 10 o'clock Eastern time. Great.
Mhm.
So that was actually my next question. What time did it air? Because I want to make sure I keep up, because I watched it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I watched the episode the other day. It was a short one. It was an 8-minute something episode where y'all went deer hunting and killed these 2 monster bugs. That was cool.
Yeah. I'm not sure which one. That might have been, we might have been in Texas on that one.
Yes, I believe that was that was one of your recent ones from like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yep, that's right. That was one from it's been a couple of years ago, because what we're doing now, since we don't have any new stuff rolling out, that we got new shows rolling out you can watch every week, Tuesday night, 10 p.m. But we can't post any of that yet online. We have to wait till it airs on TV, and then so many months later. But the stuff we're rolling out now is like past seasons episodes, and I got a podcast that is coming out probably this evening. It'll roll out on YouTube. I did one of the Backwoods Life podcast, and I talk about deer hunting in the Bible and what the Bible says about hunting. So that's a pretty good one. It's about a 20-minute, just me talking about it. I kind of scripted one out for once, which I don't normally do. And then Thursday night, we've got another one rolling out from July 4th weekend. We went offshore fishing down at St. George Island. I did with some buddies of mine, and we just made a cool little YouTube video out of that one with our DJI cameras. So it turned out really, really good. Like, that's a good one to watch if you like red snapper and grouper and stuff like that. We call something.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I love that you did one. And I'm going to watch it too. Did one on hunting and the Bible because like I've I've been asked like how my ministry got started, and then I just tell people, I say, well, I tell them a story of how I got into it, but then I'll say, one of the things I'll say with that story is, hey, there's a lot of lost people that coon hunt, and they need to know about Jesus too. So teach them about coon hunting and tell them about Jesus, the 1-2 punch.
Right. 100%. That's what we're doing. We've actually got a hunt that we're doing at our family farm this year. It's called Backwoods Bucks and Bibles, and that's just been something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and we finally got it together. We're doing it in the end of October, and it's just a hunt where we've got 3 or 4 slots that we let people come out there and hunt with us, go sit in the stand with us. And I got my good buddy Davey Ferraro coming in there, and we're just gonna have some conversations and put some scripture and the word out there. And while we're in the deer stand and while we're sitting around camp visiting with everybody, and just give them an opportunity to open up and talk and hunt and have a good time, meet my family and my dad, and hang out with Backwoods Life, where it all started.
That's awesome. I like that. I like that idea because it's a good way to get people involved in hunting, but also the ultimate goal is to lead them to Jesus.
Right. 100%. Like me and my buddy Dave, we've always said, man, if we just help one person, that's all that matters. If we just get one person that, get them in them gates, man, and do whatever we can to answer the right questions. And we're not perfect, man. We're just out there having a good time and trying to, spread a positive vibe, positive message, and help people understand. It's not hard at all. Like, it's really not hard to do. You just got to walk the walk, and just ultimate surrender. That's what the key is, and that's super hard to imagine, but it's not that hard to do if you really open up and listen.
Yeah, I agree with that because, like, now we need Jesus now more than ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm one of those people that like when I go. So, like my buddy Zach Sanders, I hope he sees that I'm live. But me and Zach have a tradition. He started going to the World Deer Expo with me, and the year before last year. And I always have witnessing tracks with me. I get them from a bunch that I found left over in my church, and it's like nobody else is using them or passing them out. I'm like, well, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I take these witnessing tracks and I pass them out. And when I go there this weekend, actually, is when the expo is. I'll go there this weekend, and I'm going to pass out a bunch to all these people at these booths because you never know who might need them. Or there's thousands and thousands of people, and Zach wants me to have a booth up there for my ministry and pass out witnessing tracks.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great. I think that would be a dream goal, but in reality, I don't even know if I could sell enough to even make it worthwhile because it's like for a small booth, I think it's like it's either $500 or $600 for a small booth, and a big booth is like $1,000, and you got to be there all 3 days.
Wow!
Yeah. And you got to have you got to be dedicated. Like for instance, like I make these wooden crosses and sell them, and I would have to have a ton of these T-shirts, any other kind of stuff that I make and to sell. And I'd have to justify it to make sure that I made my money back because then you got to buy your hotel room, stay up there, your booth fee, and all that. It's like, wow. And some of these vendors, like, man, I don't see how they do it, but it's cool. I love going to vendors. They're especially like Christian vendors telling people about Jesus. Like, for instance, the guys at River Pursuit Outdoors, Jeff Roman Clayton, he came on my podcast a while back. He's super cool, and they're hunting and stuff, and they're like me and you. They're passionate about Jesus, and so that was cool to meet them. And one thing I've learned about these witnessing tracks here is so I work with Quake Radio, which stands for King Without a Crown, every day, and Jason is the owner of the station. And so we play all kinds of Christian music. But besides us, I listen to two other Christian stations. One of them is Revocation Radio, which is out of Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
They play Christian rock and Christian hip hop and alternative. But the other one is a multinational station called ChristianRock.net. And one of the things I like about ChristianRock.net is they do this segment, and I want to do it for Quake. Is they do a segment called Evangelism Minute with Pastor Dave Chafee with Agents for Christ Ministries. And he'll get on there and they'll play like 5 rock songs, Christian rock songs in a row. And then sometimes it'll be 6. And then they'll go to his little segment. And he'll speak between, it's less than 3 minutes most of the time, less than 2 minutes a lot of times. But he'll get up there and he's one of the things he said, like I've got a little witnessing track here that my aunt made me.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things he said was, he said, hey, witnessing tracks, one thing about witnessing tracks, when you give one to somebody, he said, for one, they're just there. 2, they don't argue or talk back. And 3, which is whether somebody throws it away, gives it to somebody else, or leaves it there, somebody always ends up with it. And when he said that, I was like, wow, I took that to heart. So now I get super sad and aggravated when I run out of these things because that means I ain't got no more to give out. But I just love when he said that, I said, man, that'll make you think because we as people, we're stupid a lot of times. Let's just be real. We're stupid a lot of times. We tend to argue back or whatever and make things worse. But when you just hand one of these out, you ain't got to worry about that. And I usually, it's something simple and easy, and it kind of irks my nerves. Like, man, why don't more people do this? Why am I the only one that really does this around here? Like, it's so easy to do. You ain't got to be a Bible scholar because I ain't. I don't read mine like I'm supposed to. But I will say this: like, what I do with these things, I go up to somebody and I say, "Here you go. Here's your free gift. It'll do you some good." Most of the time, they say thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have had some instances where they say no for whatever reason, but then when they get into deep question, when they'll ask, "Well, hey, what's this?" Then I'll say something like, "Well, it's got some really good information, and I think it will help you out." And read that, and bam! What up, Jeff? So this is something that my aunt made me. So I don't know if y'all can see this, but this is a penny. And she bought these pennies, so I guess it wasn't illegal to cut them up. But these are real pennies. They must not have been illegal because she bought them from a Christian website, Christian that sells Christian Bibles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool. They cut that inside of the penny out to a cross, and then it's got the cross part on this side. And she made this up. Like she came up with this. She had her neighbor at the time help her. But it says penny 1 cent. And this is cool. It says Christ Jesus, 1 cent from heaven, sent by the Father God to be the Savior of the world. All have sinned except for Christ Jesus and need to be rescued. For the penalty of sin is spiritual death, separation from God forever. Jesus, God's sinless, perfect Son, sacrificed his life to pay our debt when he died on a cross to restore us to the right relationship with God. Jesus is raised from the death and grave so that we can have everlasting life in the presence of God. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. John 14:6, it says, God wants everyone to know him as Savior and Lord. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, and whoever believes in him should not perish, but have eternal life. John 3:16, it says salvation, God's gift, only believe and accept it. May this cross penny remind you of his great love.
There you go.
That's cool, ain't it?
That's pretty neat.
I wouldn't have come up with that. I'm just so backwoods redneck. I wouldn't have been smart enough to come up with that, but that's cool that my aunt did.
Yeah, that's pretty neat, man.
So he is from Georgia, Jeff. So Jeff had a question. He asked where you're from, and He's from as far south Georgia as you can get.
Just about. I'm just north of Valdosta, so pretty close to the Florida Georgia line there.
Okay, awesome. So, you've been on the air 20 years. So, what is, or over 20 years?
Yeah.
What is your favorite game to hunt?
Oh my gosh, dude, that's a hard question. I'm a seasonal guy, so in the fall, when you get one of them cold November mornings or whatever, like all I'm focused on is going sitting in a deer stand and seeing what happens, and then as soon as I get through Christmas and the holidays, there first morning that crisp, cool March morning, I'm ready to shoot a turkey in the face. So I don't have a favorite. I just transition with the seasons, just like everybody,
That's
all
great.
the animals do. So, and then after the end of turkey season, I'm ready to go fishing some and chill out and catch a couple
So,
of bass and stuff.
have you ever fall turkey hunted?
No, I don't want to do it at all. I don't care anything about. I'm not knocking it at all, but like the only reason I hunt them is because they gobble and strut and do their thing, put on
Yeah,
that show. That's why I turkey hunt. 100%.
that is on my bucket list is to get one in the fall because like
Mhm.
so they tried to end it in Alabama, and I signed a petition. Big Daddy Lawler sadly passed away a few years ago, but he had the outdoors radio show, Getting Outdoors, Big Daddy Lawler. And there was a game warden, I can't remember his name. He's from Alabama. And the game warden put a petition up, and Big Daddy helped him promote it and share it. And they got 800 plus signatures. It ended up being a bunch of signatures
Mm-hmm.
on where the state of Alabama, some idiots that are high up in the hunting community, I guess, or legislature, whatever, wanted to end fall turkey hunting. And then there was all kind of people signing the petition, like from Talladega County and stuff like that. And I was like, hey, I didn't know what spring turkey hunting was when I grew up. All I knew was fall turkey season.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Clark County, where I live, was one of the counties that still had it, and it wasn't but 6 counties in Alabama that's got it. And so thankfully they voted to keep it, and they got so many petitions they didn't get their way, thank goodness. And so Jeff says there's only 2 seasons, hunting season and fishing season.
That's right. 100%.
And so I'm glad they kept it, but then these stupid lawmakers decided, oh, well, we're going to shorten your fall turkey season up. So instead of it being for a month or however long it was, it would come in for like 2 weeks, then go out, then come back in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, y'all stupid, but at least we still got it, I guess. But and I love turkey hunting. I hadn't killed one in years. I've only killed 2 in my life. But Kenny Weiss, do you know Kenny Weiss?
I don't think so.
So he's a world champion turkey caller. His son is Kenny Weiss Jr. And so they're all involved in the Grand National calling competitions. So my former neighbor is a good friend of mine, Wayne Dozier. He competes against Kenny's son in the turkey calling competitions. And Kenny was telling me a while back he's been the judge at the NWTF Grand Nationals, I think, in different shows. And Kenny would tell me, he said, man, you got to let me take you fall turkey hunting. He said, I want you to get one. He's like, they don't gobble, but the way you do it, you just find them where they are and you kind of bust them up or whatever, and then you go call. It's like, okay, it's a challenge, and I'm sure it's hard. At least I ain't got to worry about snakes.
And I hope not, anyway.
Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah.
I mean, which snakes have been known to move in cold weather just slow.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, Jeff Brooks. I told my wife it's easy to be married to me 7.5 months out of the year. 4.5 months I belong to my whitetail wife.
It's like
That's
a
pretty
part-time.
good.
You got a part-time job. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. You got a part-time job.
Yeah, it takes a special wife to get along with us guys that like to stay a lot in the woods a lot.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll find me one. I want to find one that likes the same things I do. Because I don't, they say opposites attract. I just don't know if I could be married to one that doesn't like hunting or fishing or dirt track racing.
Yeah, that's hard pass, man. I mean, mine, she loves to hunt. Like she loves a deer hunt. So that's she likes sitting in a deer stand. And she's killed some really big deer. So it's one of those that I'm like, all right, you go do what you want to do. You go sit in whatever stand you want to, and I'll go along for the ride. And I just watch. And I don't know. We've sat together many times, and the last one we killed together, um, we're sitting in a stand, and this buck walked out. And I knew the buck. He was an older deer. He was probably 5 or 6 year old that we had on camera, and he didn't have a great rack. But I was like, all right, there's a buck walked out, and we got a bunch of does out here in this food plot. And I was like, he's a shooter if you want to shoot him. And she just looks at him. She goes, I think I'm gonna pass. And I said, well, all right, well, hand me the gun because I'm not gonna let him walk off. And so I shot him, and she was like, okay, that's fine. She was cool about it. But
That's awesome.
yeah, but
So
she's
Jeff lives in Iowa.
Iowa, yeah, I've hunted Iowa 3 times. Yeah.
Wow,
I
that's
bow
awesome.
I bow hunted Iowa the first time I hunted Iowa, I bow hunted Iowa, and then I did 2 gun seasons, and then they got hit with EHD pretty hard, and I haven't been back since then with the guy I hunt with. He kinda letting his herd build back up, but yeah, man, I like, Iowa's one of those states where, I usually don't get too nervous when I hunt or whatever, like too anxious. But Iowa, I always feel like you never know what's going to walk out. Like that, you could a 140 could walk out or a 240. I mean, it's just one of those states that they're huge deer all over the place. You never know what's going to come out of that next cedar thicket. And I've had some good luck. I mean, I filled all my tags, but I ain't killed any giants by any means. But I've killed some decent ones up there. But yeah, that was an event, man. When I first year I went up there and bow hunted. Man, they were locked down big time. Like every field we rode by had a big deer with a doe right out in the middle of it, just locked down, and we couldn't do nothing with them. And finally, I think I grunted one afternoon. I grunted real hard and just trying to make snort weeds, just making all kind of noise. And this 9 point come just plowing through a standing soybean field. And I told the guy, my buddy was videoing me, Anthony Dixon. I said, "Hey man, like I'm gonna let you know, like bow hunting, I shoot pretty quick. Like when I get draw back and that pin's where I want it, I'm turning it loose." And sure enough, that deer comes charging in there, and I drew back. And I said, "You want him?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Pop!" And I shot him that quick, and man, cleaned him out. I think literally when we found that buck, he had no blood left in him. He was just spewing everywhere. So
Wow.
it was a pretty cool hunt.
I think the craziest hunt that I've ever had, I shoot a Winchester Model 70 Coyote Light Edition, and it shoots the it's let's see if I can find my bullets here. It shoots a Winchester 270 Ultra Mag shell, 270 short mag shell, excuse me, WSM.
Mhm.
And this is one I'm right here. This is a elephant rifle cartridge.
Mhm.
If you don't hold that gun just right, it's gonna knock you back to Georgia from Alabama. But I tell you what, whatever you shoot with this thing, it ain't going nowhere.
Mhm.
And me and my best friend Josh, hope he's watching. He likes to film hunts. That's one of his dreams is to film hunts. So he tried to get a TV, or actually was working with a TV show one time with that crook Wayne Burns. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
I don't know if I have or not.
Wayne used to have a TV show. I can't remember the name of it. He ended up being a super huge crook.
Mm,
Like all the big names tell you to watch out for him. But anyways,
mm.
so he worked with him for a little while, and Josh got a big old camouflage camera, and he was filming me hunt. And hey, what up, Josh? That's my best friend right there.
There
And Josh can back up this story. And so he was filming. We was in a pecan orchard full of pecan trees, and the biggest buck I've ever shot in my life. And I don't really deer hunt as much as I used to. I kind of got burned out on it, but I'll still go every now and then. But like we was up in this tree, and we was watching. So that morning we were halfway up the tree, and as soon as we are halfway up climbing that tree, that buck walks right on by us. Man.
Mm.
And so we was hoping, I said, well, we'll go back this afternoon and see if we see him. And so we went back that afternoon, and I won't never forget it. He's got it on video. I got to find the video somewhere. Hopefully, I got it on DVD. But he was we was watching this doe. She was so poor you could see her ribs, and I was like, man, that ain't good.
Hmm.
Well, here comes this buck, and so I get my gun ready, and I wish I had it handy. I'd show it to you, but anyways, I get my gun ready, and I'm safety minded, so I had my dumb self forgot to put a shell in there, and
Mm-hmm.
I had like three of them in the thing there, and this buck comes out, and Josh said, "You own him?" I said, "Yeah." Click. Oh man, I forgot to put a shell in there. So it's bolt action. So I'm racking a shell in there, and I got that little transponder on there for the video camera, and that gun's making all kind of racket, bolting that shell in there. And I'm trying to be as quiet as I can. And all that buck did when it did the click, he did his head like this, bobbed his head, and then he said, "You got it in there? You got him?" I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "We finna have some ground shrinkage." Bam! And I mean, it sounded like World War III went off, and that bullet knocked him out. And you can see it on the video. I was grinning like a possum. I started hollering, "Let's go!" and whole 9 yards. And when we get down there, I got to the deer, and these 140 grain bullets. I think it was a ballistic silver tip I was shooting at the time instead of these. These are the Hornady tip reloaded shells. But them ballistic silver tips, it blew a hole. Like I blew his backbone out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so tickled that biggest buck I've ever got in my life. I don't even remember what it scored. I was just tickled to death. So I hung it up on my fence on my dog pen out here, and was gonna get it mounted. And a few weeks later, I think a coon had took it off. I was so upset.
Mm.
I
Dang,
should have tied it off.
dang.
But yeah, that's um if anybody wants a fun gun to shoot, find you a 270 short mag. I got a picture on my MySpace of all places. I don't think it's on my Facebook, but I got a picture on my MySpace. I can go log in now and look at it. I remember shooting a doe one time that was running up a hill, and I was stalk hunting. And this doe run up a hill. I shot her, and these things put such a big hole in deer that I could put my fist in her.
Mm. I believe it, man. There's some bad bullets out there nowadays.
So what? And I was talking with when I was at the World Deer Expo last year. I was talking with the guys from Yellowhammer Ammunition, and I had never heard of them before. But I love. What up, Harry? How you doing, my friend? There's a lead singer of Filthy Rags in the building.
What's up?
So if anybody wants a good Christian rock group to listen to, go look up Filthy Rags Band on Facebook. So I was talking with them at Yellowhammer Ammunition because I'm big into American made. If it's made in China, I don't want it. So I was talking with them about their bullets because they were telling me they make them in Alabama. I was like, oh, that's cool, small Alabama company. I can get behind them. And I asked the guy, I said, hey, do y'all make these 270 short mag shells? And he said, no. He said, we don't make those. He said, the only ones we make are the popular rounds. And apparently this is not a popular round no more, unless it's like a 223, a 30-06, or just some plain ammunition everyday shell. They don't make it. I said, wow, interesting.
Well, one thing that I learned being, working with a bunch of guys in the ammo industry and gun industry is that when Hornady is the number one manufacturer of ammo out there. And or they supply the parts for a lot of other ones out there. From what I hear. And I might be
Sure.
wrong on that, but that's what I think. But with that being
I
said,
believe you.
they dictate kind of what calibers are trending. So, for a while everybody wanted a 6.5 Creedmoor. Like that was the big crave, several years ago. And it all shifts every year just depending on what Hornady wants to push. So I don't know what they're pushing now. I don't know. I mean, I know there's a 22 Creedmoor out there, and I shot prairie dogs with that thing, and it's one of the baddest baddest rounds I've ever seen. Like it's unreal how fast
Really?
it's going. And
22 Creedmoor. Never heard of it.
we were blistering them out there. We're shooting them 300-400 yards, and
Wow.
just mashing them. I got a video, but I can't post it. It'll get taken down real quick.
Yeah. Man, that's cool. I know that like Josh there, he reloads shells. Like I think he reloaded these for me. But like I noticed now they have reloading kits for 22 long rifle.
Yeah. You can
I'm
get
like,
away with
wow,
it.
that's a little bitty bullet to reload.
I don't have the patience to do that one. That'd be a lot
Oh,
of
that would take 40 forevers to reload.
yeah, no doubt.
So here's a yeah, Outdoor All Stars. Yeah, that was the name of it.
I do remember that now. I do remember that name. Yeah.
Yeah, Outdoor All Stars. If anybody's watching, I'm just gonna be real with you. Watch out for a guy named Wayne Burns. That guy was a crook. Um, like he was such a crook. I remember Eddie Salter, King of the 10-inch beard, telling me this. Telling me how I think it was Eddie Salter that told me this. I want to say Philip Vanderpool backed the story up too. There was this disabled kid that he had promised he was going to get him a new shotgun or something,
Mhm.
and he had some kind of disease or something. It was something really bad, and never delivered on his promise. And I've heard that same story twice, two different times.
Mm.
I said, "Whoa,
Wow.
stay clear." But if you want to watch a real hunting show, look up Backwoods Life.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we got to get a plug to back.
We
I remember I've been watching Backwoods Life so long. I think I started in 2013 when I met y'all. I started watching, and some of the episodes I really, really loved was when y'all were doing the country goes hunting, like
Mhm.
with oh shoot, Aaron Tippin and take
Yeah.
the country stars out, take the disabled people hunting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, me and that was the first time I ever met Aaron when we went turkey hunting, and he didn't get in till late the night before we went hunting. So I've never met him, and they just said, "Hey, you go to this hunting camp," and remember Jason Heathco, he was filming with me on that hunt, and we went to this hunting camp, and this guy's name was Wayne Green. He's passed away now, but super nice place over in Alabama, not too far across the line there, and we get in there, we go to sleep, wake up the next morning, and Aaron getting up and coming going hunting. I'm like, "Hey man, nice to meet you," and we just go turkey hunting, and dude, I swear, I called in I called in 5 turkeys that day for him, and finally killed 1. He missed, and he shot trees. And there was everything that could go wrong. Like it was middle of the day hunt even, and we sat down on this old logging road, and there's a food plot up the top of this hill, and we sat down and everybody's kind of dozing off. I'm just sitting there calling. I'm like, man, I'm here to call a turkey and not sleep. And sure enough, I got a hen to start calling back to me, and she comes walking down the road, and down the road behind her 2 gobblers. And everybody, like Wayne that we're hunting with, Jason that was videoing, and Aaron are all asleep. And so I'm just like, there's my buddy Trey right there. What's up? Oh,
He
he
missed a thousand times.
and but those birds come in, and finally I get everybody's attention as the turkeys are probably 70, 80 yards away. I'm like, "Hey, y'all wake up. Here comes turkeys." And they look up. I'm Eric's to my right, and I look over there, and he finally cocks his eyes over, and he sees them coming. And we're on top of this ridge, and this road goes right across top of the ridge. And the hen, when she gets out there about 20 yards, starts dipping over the other side of the ridge. And when she goes down the ridge, those gobblers are about 4 yards, and then they start cutting the corner. They're not walking right down the road anymore. They're cutting over the edge of the ridge. And I said, man, you better go ahead and shoot him now. And dude, when he went to shoot, it was like about the same time them turkeys was going over the heads were going down the ridge, and he just whiffed right over the top of them. And they flew off down that bottom. And I was like, well, that's just the way it is. And that morning I forgot he missed. I don't even remember what happened that morning. He missed something that morning. I called in morning and he missed him. And then we that afternoon we go back out, and it's probably an hour or so before dark. I get this bird, and here he comes, and finally he actually shoots through a tree and kills the turkey. So we threw this old pile of stuff, and we nicknamed his shotgun old chainsaw after that. So actually in my gun case you can see behind me back there, actually my dad built that gun case when he was in high school, but I've got a turkey call that I used on that hunt. Now after that hunt, I said, Aaron, sign this turkey call. And it says, thank God, Aaron Tippin, chainsaw got him. I threw that in that gun case, retired that turkey call, because I said, if it can do that, it needs to be on the shelf.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. So, what's it like meeting Aaron Tippin? Like, I love his music.
Oh, he's an awesome guy, man. He loves our country so much. He's a thoroughbred, Republican American, just great guy. I don't really talk to him much anymore. He's kind of went on down out of the music thing, and we stayed in touch a little bit, emailing and stuff over the years. But I need to reach out to him, just say hey one more time. But he another cool country goes hunting story. We were hunting with Preston from Locash, and
Oh,
we were over there, and I forgot what happened. We went that morning, didn't have a lot going on. We were bounced around with this other piece of property, and so it's me and Preston from Locash. My buddy Davey, who I talked about a while ago, he he was videoing, and then the landowner was Gary Smith, and we're hunting on some of Gary's property, and so Gary's just hanging out with us. We're going down this road, and there's a hardwood ridge that drops off. We're on a big field on the other side of us, so it's just like a strip of woods down the field, and it drops off. And so we're going along, and we're just walking and just running and gunning. So I sat out there and I hit the box call or mouth call, whatever it was. I don't even remember now. And man, two birds answered like, "Yow!" And I was like, okay, well, heck, they're in the game. So we stood there for a minute. I like to give them a second. I said, y'all just hold tight. I'm gonna call again. I called again. Yow! And I'm like, all right, well, sounded like they might have got a little bit closer. Let's go ahead and set up. So we sat down and we're facing down this ridge. And I don't know what's downhill from this thing at all. And so like the more I called, the more these turkeys gobbled, and they just gobbled and gobbled and gobbled. And I said, man, I got to just be quiet for a minute, and maybe they'll get a little closer, and then I can get them fired up again. And sure enough, they kept getting closer, and then just like they hit a wall. And I'm like, well, I don't know what's going on. Like they're just not coming. And Gary is sitting far enough behind us, we can't hear him. We can just see him sitting back there by a tree. And I look back at him, and he's just shaking his head. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. They're being tough turkeys. And so finally, I stopped calling, and then I said, you know what? I'm just fixing to pour the cold to them. So I got two calls. I had a mouth call and my slate call. I just I'm going back and forth on these calls, just giving them the wood, and then I got quiet, and they were gobbling in the middle of all that, and then they got quiet, and I'm like, well, what the heck happened? Like they lost interest or something, and then they gobbled. And somehow, like we're facing down this ridge, now they're in the field behind us. Like how did they get over there? So we shift around, turn around this big blowdown pile of stuff right there. So we get all set up, and we're looking down this field edge this way. And I call again, and turkeys gobble. And then next thing I know, they're skirting us around, and they are standing right on the other side of this trash pile that we're leaned up against. I mean, they're not 10 yards away. There's two gobblers.
ooh,
They're screaming. And I ease up over the top of that thing, and I stick my head up, and I said, dude, they're right there. I told Preston, I said, we're not gonna get any video. I said, just pop up and shoot one. Like just pop up and pick one out and shoot him. And sure enough, he pops up, and they're right there. Boom, he kills one. The other one goes running off. The one that goes running off has a giant beard, by the way. Like this is a huge gobbler. And the one he killed like a 2-year-old. but the whole point of that story is, so we work them birds. They come in there and we kill one. And then Gary comes walking out of the woods to us, and he goes, I can't believe that just happened. I said, what are you talking about, Gary? They just worked around the field, come out of that bottom. He said, dude, the bottom of that hill is the Flint River, and it's a mile wide right there. Them turkeys were on the other side of the river. You called enough that they flew across the river, lit in the field, and came in behind us because that's the only way they could get there.
Wow.
And I was just sitting there going, there's no, I said, you're lying, dude. There's no way. And sure enough, we walked down there, and he said, look, and you could see the river. And he said, they were on that hill over there gobbling, and they flew across the daggum river. It was middle of the day, so I got them fired up at the right time. But I was like, if you'd have told me there was a river there, I'd have been like, let's go to the house and try another bird. There ain't no way I'm gonna get these jackers to do that. So
That's an awesome story. And Trey says there's nothing like getting mooned by Bobby Pinson while crawling behind him, sneaking up on a gobbler.
Oh yeah. So Bobby Pinson, the singer songwriter, big time in Nashville. Trey was on with them, and Bobby's out there crying. Bobby, he's something else, buddy. But I guess he didn't like belts or something, so they're crawling around through the woods, and all Drake sees Bobby's white butt in front of him, crawling around trying to get him.
I'd have threw up everywhere.
I can hear Trey's like, son, you got to pull them things up. Let's go.
Look, I can guarantee you Trey is scarred for life.
No, there ain't no doubt.
He's probably like, that's 5 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
Yeah. I'd love to. You should get Trey on here to tell them stories, man. Goodness gracious.
That's great. So got a question. So, what year was you saved?
I was 18 years old, so that's been a minute. That's been a minute. I
That's
remember.
awesome.
I was sitting in church. I was going through a tough time, from an 18-year-old standpoint. That's kind of where you're like, man, I don't know what this guy, um, you know, got going on, and compared to you're 18. So I mean, I guess I'm 49, so there you go. You can do the math pretty quick. 31 years ago, but I remember I was just sitting in church one Sunday morning in Cordell, Georgia, where I grew up and was raised, and I was upstairs in the balcony where we always sat, and I'm sitting there, and I'm been struggling. I mean, I don't even remember what it was, man. It was that insignificant, but at the time, it was a huge deal. I was 18-year-old, like probably girlfriend
Yeah.
stuff or whatever. And I was like, you know what? It's time to walk down into the front. And so I stood up. I didn't tell nobody. I just walked straight down to the front of that church, and I talked to the preacher, Mr. John Smith. That was his preacher's name, and um, he's like, we prayed together, and he told the congregation, "Hey, y'all, Michael's with us. He's fixing to go. He wants to get baptized." And man, I remember everybody, and growing up in a small town, everybody knows everybody. But I literally remember like everybody in that church come up there and hug my neck, and said, "I'm proud of you," and all that. And a few weeks later, we went underwater and washed it away, man.
Man, that is so cool, man. That's a great feeling to know when you get baptized, and it's like, man, you feel so much better when you come out of that water.
And that's the thing, man. You don't really. I mean, even at a younger age like that, you understand the magnitude and what you're kind of devoting your life in the right direction, and you feel that weight lifted off of you. But as you get older, I mean, those weights return. I mean, just as you get older and go through life, and you know you get beat up every day something else is going to be thrown at you, but you just got to work through those hard times. You got to have hard conversations, and you're still going to fall short, and you just got to remember that I'm not on this path for what I want to do. Is for what he wants me to do. And that's kind of full circle with the Backwoods life now. I mean, I sit here every day just figuring out how ways I can give back instead of, it's not about me. It's never been about me. I've never been one that's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see myself on TV. I just like to have fun and go hunting, and I like to see the finished product. And my goal has always been, I want guys like you and everybody else out there to watch what we do for 20, 30 minutes or whatever and go, man, that was awesome. I felt like I was there. I got away from my worries of the day just to enjoy the outdoors for a little while and kind of get you revitalized and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go hunting next week.
That's awesome. And hunting, like one of the things I tell people about coon hunting, because I go coon hunting. I go coon hunting every Thursday and every Friday. Sometimes we go on Saturdays. Not right now because the sneaky snakes are out there, but yeah, them little evil devils. But like I tell people, say, well, I take people coon hunting because you don't have to be quiet like you do in deer and turkey hunting, because you ain't gonna scare a coon off. The dog may run him off, but like you ain't gonna. And then you can take several people hunting with you, and you can fellowship, have a good time, and tell people about the Bible, whatever. It's great, great time.
Mhm.
And I love that outdoors.
It's kind of like sitting in a duck blind. You can sit there and talk a lot because the ducks, they're either going to be there or they're not. And you're going to have
That's
breaks
right.
like that. And same thing, like, and I've been, doing this for so long now, and I don't even like to sit in a deer stand by myself anymore. Like I feel like something's missing if I don't have somebody with me. I
Yeah.
had camera guys or whatever buddies videoing and stuff like that for so long. Now I go, I'm just like, "Hey, man, who's going this afternoon?" Even if I don't even have a tag, I just wanna go sit with somebody. Just like, "Hey, I'll just go sit with you. I just wanna hang out, and visit." And, you know,
Awesome.
just I'm not gonna go get up and get in a lock on stand in 20 degrees for somebody just to hang out, but if it's a good old afternoon hunt or something like that.
Yeah. Hey, Jessica. So I'm gonna try this out here. So since we don't have enough space to put a video on here, I
Mhm.
got my computer up. I'm gonna flip my camera around and see if I can show a quick clip. So this will bring down memory lane. This is Country Goes Hunting. This is from 12 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is I just found this on YouTube here on the YouTube. So let me flip my camera around. Let's see, camera. And so this is all right. Let me see if I can play this. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not, but
Oh man, that's a throwback right there, buddy.
yeah.
I'm trying to see which oh yeah.
Our
That was
Country Goes Hunting 9.4 full episode.
that was the old 21 gun salute we used to do at Country Goes Hunting. Everybody get up there with the shotgun shell and fire one off. I'm trying to see what year that. I mean, I know what the intro and all. Man, I was a lot younger back then. But
Let's see.
there's an antelope out
Oh
there.
yeah. Okay, Michael Lee, Woody Sullivan, Kevin Knighton, South Georgia for the annual Country Goes Turkey Hunt with Bobby Pinson and Preston Brust of Low Cash Cowboys.
Yep, there you go. That's
And say that was
that's probably the one when what I'm talking about with Preston, where the turkeys flew the river.
and say this is what to tell you how old this video is. They haven't been called Low Cash Cowboys in years.
Right.
They just go by Low Cash now.
Yep. That's right.
Because I can remember
turkey season in Georgia.
Man, we shot those on cameras. I remember we'd spend Friday, Saturday, Sunday all weekend shooting all them things on camera.
Wow, that's cool.
That was at a hunting lodge actually in Middle Georgia. A buddy of ours, Wayne Gilbert, owns that place. It was awesome lodge, awesome hunt.
Wow.
Cowboy.
Oh Lord. That's that guy messed up right there.
Man, that's a nice place right there.
That's the old hunting camp right there. Old
Man,
that thing was huge too. It was great. Inside.
So we can fry them up tonight. I got paired up with Bobby Pinson.
Wow. That's cool.
Oh, Kevin is like the kid right there.
He does, doesn't he? He's got the little goatee.
Oh yeah, look at it.
QAD, Quality Archery Designs.
Yep, they've been with us since 2008, man. That's a long
Really? Wow. Are y'all still sponsored by Lethal too?
Yeah, I still work with them.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yep, we use their stuff.
Man, yeah, that's a show enough throwback right there. Because I've been listening to Low Cash Cowboys for years, and then several years go down the road, and they change their name from just to Low Cash. So that tells you that's an old video.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Everybody out there, go hop on YouTube tonight. You get bored, you can watch about 7 million videos of ours.
Oh, there's a bunch, and I just got a notification that the new video. So for those that wasn't in here earlier, tell them about the new video, your podcast you're debuting.
Oh yeah, we dropped a podcast. It actually probably just now that went live tonight. Where I sat down and I get this question all the time. We get the anti-hunters and the the non-hunters or whatever. They always comment about in the Bible, God says we don't hunt. You're not supposed to hunt. You're not supposed to kill animals. Well, I went into a pretty good podcast for about 20 minutes today, or whenever I recorded it, and it dropped today. So y'all go check that one out. I kind of dug the scriptures on it and why we hunt and how we have dominion and why God said it was okay. And yeah, it's pretty cool when it's dropped.
That's awesome. Well, here's a question for you. What do you call Jesus working out?
What do you call Jesus working out?
Yes.
Oh man. Go ahead and tell me.
Jehovah Fitness.
Oh my God.
So watch this. That's a knee slapper right there.
I didn't know we were doing Jesus dad jokes.
Hey, when I first heard that, I about fell out. I can't take credit for it. But one of these days when I get rich, I'll probably be the only redneck with a gym called Jehovah Fitness. And when you walk in, it's going to be a picture of Jesus deadlifting the earth.
That's wild.
That's genius.
You need to start a TikTok account. Just tell them dad Jesus jokes.
Josh is rolling on that one. Hey, I look, one of my goals in life, main goals, besides telling people about Jesus, is to make people laugh. Like I got jokes for days, and like I'm a huge Chuck Norris fan. Like Chuck Norris is the greatest movie star ever. Sadly, I never got to meet him, but they said that Chuck Norris can hit you so hard your blood will bleed. And then they see Chuck Norris. They say crop circles is Chuck Norris's way of telling the world that sometimes corn needs to lie down.
Oh my gosh.
So, all right. So what I'm going to do here on this segment, I'm going to play a song here. And so I got a new song here that I'm going to play. I don't know if he's in here watching or not, but Josh Snyder. Me and JT interviewed him a while back, but he's a Christian artist. Look up Josh Snyder Music on Facebook and tell him we sent you at Quake Radio. So we just added this song yesterday to the station rotation. And if anybody wants to listen, you can go to quakeradio.com, or you can download the Live 365 app or Live 365 official. And then basically it's Live 365 is a radio station app that hosts radio stations all throughout the country. So you can find any kind of radio station in the world and listen to it. So you just search Quake Radio, you'll find us. And for those that don't know, Quake stands for King Without a Crown. Every day, underground Christian rap, Christian rock music, and Christian worship music, a little mix of all three. And this is a new song here. So let me hit play. And if you have a second device, you will be able to hear this song here. But this is a new song called Till the Day We Fly.
Remember when we were just kids and never thought we would grow older, building tree forts, no girls allowed, and playing like cops and soldiers. Then the teen years hit like a train, battle raging inside my brain. Why would I keep going? This is so insane. Then you walked in and you traced our game. 'Cause dudes like me find girls like you, and we barely make it. We rarely make it. People like we, when we were too young, dumb and foolish, young, dumb and stupid. God can take the broken things, deep mistakes turn into rings. It's you and me, baby, my ride or die. No one will replace you, no, until the day we fly. Fast forward a few years and we will wonder where the time go. I don't wanna live my life in fear over all that I don't know. I know you'll change, girl, and I'll change too. When God is our rock, we're stuck like glue in the valleys or up on the peaks. You, me, and Jesus make a real good team. 'Cause dudes like me find girls like you, and we barely make it. We rarely make it. People like we, when we were too young, dumb and foolish, young, dumb and stupid. God can take the broken things, deep mistakes turn into rings. It's you and me, baby, my ride or die. No one will replace you, no, until the day we fly. Like an eagle to the sky in the twinkle of an eye, or in the final of my time, I pray heaven come on down. Then I take a look around and I listen to the sound. I can clearly see it now. Our love for our kids, our family and our friends, the mountains and the trees and the buzzing of those bees, the seasons, the clouds and the rain that's pouring down. I glance into your eyes and I can see God's love abound. Yeah, 'cause dudes like me find girls like you, and we barely make it. We rarely make it. People like we, when we were too young, dumb and foolish, young, dumb and stupid. God can take the broken things, deep mistakes turn into rings. It's you and me, baby, my ride or die. No one will replace you, no, until the day we fly. No one will replace you,
So what you think of that?
That was a good song, man. That was cool.
That's a really good message. So I am posting his Facebook here. So y'all be sure and go like Josh Snyder Music on Facebook. He tagged me in his story this morning. We just added it to the rotation. I love the beat of that. I love the message. I listen to all kind of Christian music. I don't really listen to like a lot of K-Love because we play the stuff that K-Love won't play. Like we play Christian rock music, Skillet, Striper, Red, so many bands, Malcore. And then we play worship like Michael W. Smith, contemporary stuff like that. Then the underground Christian rap like ASAP Preach, Tyson James, so many different ones. But if anybody wants to give us a listen, and if you want to donate to the website, just go to quakeradio.com. I don't remember which one you wrote, but I've got your autograph somewhere because I love getting people's autographs that I meet.
Yeah.
And I remember correctly, and I wish I knew where that autograph was. I got it here somewhere. But you autographed a Bible verse on that. So what's your favorite Bible verse?
I got two. It's Philippians 4:13 and Genesis 27:3.
Awesome.
So on that autograph, because I usually sign my name and I put Phil.413 on most after I sign. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So that's probably the one that was on that. So read those out loud if you would.
Philippians 4:13 is I can do all things that Christ strengthens me, and then Genesis 27:3 is take thy bow and thy quiver and hunt wild game for me.
Yes, I love that. I love that. I'm glad you mentioned that one because actually I don't have it. I had it on one of my crosses here. Like I take my crosses, I make it and I stain them. But after I stain them, I put a Bible verse or burn a Bible verse on the front.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my crosses here somewhere, I've got that exact verse, Genesis 27 on there. So that's a really good verse.
Yeah, 100%. That's I mean, I don't know. Probably the next one would be John 3:16. You know, just the ones that just hit home 100% to say, "Hey, this is what we're about." You know,
that's awesome. Have you ever listened to the Christian rock band Striper?
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm a massive Striper fan. Like I finally got to see him in concert, and I'm not gonna lie, I nerded out meeting the band. Like I was like, oh my gosh, this is like, you know, when you're meeting your favorite hunting celebrity, it was like that to me. Like meeting Michael Sweet, the lead singer of Striper. I was like, I don't know about fangirling is the word, but I was like nerding out. And
yeah,
I got them. They do a if you join their, of course, I haven't joined their Patreon page, but if you join their Patreon page, and if you join their fan club, they do Bible studies with their fans. If you join that, whatever it is a month, I forgot what it is, and they have a devotional book that I have, and the devotional book takes a lot of their songs, and it explains what the song is about, and then and it relates it to the Bible and stuff, and it's really cool. So I took that devotional book and I got each one of them to autograph it. And so, in fact, I'm gonna read this verse here. So this is my favorite verse, and this is so. I got this verse from Striper, and I even told him, about my ministry, and let's see, Isaiah 53:5, King James Version. And they put this on all their albums. And it says, but he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. And with his stripes, we're healed. And that's so powerful because that's how they got their band name, Striper, is that verse, by our stripes, we're healed. And so they put that on every single album they've ever done. Their new album is fixing to drop, which is really cool. And I just love that verse. It's so powerful, but I won't never forget. Like it was either this ministry shirt on that's got the verse on it, and it's got my ministry, one of my old logos on the back. I think I had this shirt on, but they was playing at the Hard Rock Casino in Biloxi, and you know, you just don't think about like a casino as a place for a Christian band, but hey, the Bible says go go and tell people about Jesus. So they did. They went to a casino of all places. And that whole entire casino, people were there for something other than Striper, except for the ones at the concert, obviously. But like they got to hear Jesus echo throughout that whole casino. And I will never forget, I got in line and I was giving each one of them a pocket cross. And I give out these pocket crosses this on this keychain here. And they're called A Cross in My Pocket is the name of it. It says God loves you. It got a little dove on there. And the back of it, it did have stamped on the back Isaiah 53:5, but you can buy them out of Georgia. It's a company called Agora that makes them. And so I gave each band member one of these, and I was talking to Perry Richardson, the bass player, and he's not the original bass player, but he's the newest, and he's been with them several years now. Jeff's favorite is Psalms 144:1. I need to look that up.
Mm-hmm.
And so Perry Richardson looks at me, and I'm sure like my buddy John was with me, and I'm sure like we was the only rednecks there because everybody else was probably from the city or whatever. But I remember telling them, and I showed them. I said, I want you to read the back of my shirt. And so Michael Sweet's looking at the back of my shirt, and then Perry Richardson looks at it, and Perry Richardson looks at me. He says, "Hey, coon hunting, eh?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, I figured there's a lot of lost people that coon hunt. Teach them about Jesus, and then tell them about coon hunting, a 1-2 punch." And he just looks at me. He thought that was cool that that I made a ministry out of coon hunting. I won't never forget it. The way he said it, he said, "Oh, coon hunting, eh?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so, but I'm like you. I love telling people about Jesus. I'm sure somebody could ask me 1,000 questions, and I probably wouldn't know the answer to most of them. But what I can tell you is what God's done for me and what I've witnessed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you got many testimonies of miracles you've seen God do.
Man, it's just crazy how, hey, just me sitting here right now, there have been so many times over the years where, especially in our early days, we didn't even think we were going to have enough money to keep Backwoods Life alive, like it was even going to be a thing tomorrow. And it's like whenever we got down to the last dollar, something else would happen to help us get down the road, And I learned a long time ago, it's not really, you don't ever get what you want, but you get what you need. And sometimes what you need is what you want. It just kind of works out that way. But
Yeah.
there, like I tell people all the time, so, I got buddies, and we talk about hunting, and man, if I had all this money, and, money's the root of all evil, that goes all the way back to Jesus. I mean, look at old Judas, you know what I mean? That didn't work out good for him. The love of money.
That's right.
Was the end of the game there. But with all that being said, we sit around and go, man, if I had, $50 billion or whatever, I'd do this, I'd do that. And then I got thinking about this one day that as much as I'd love to have, a 20,000 acre ranch in Texas, there's a reason I don't have that. Maybe it's not time for me to have that. Maybe I will have that one day, but maybe it's one of those, I'm not ready for that. God doesn't want me to have that.
Yeah.
So you got to look at it from that point. You can't look at what you don't have because that's just going to sit there and you're going down the wrong path. You got to look at what you do have, what you should be thankful for, and what every day's a blessing. You don't worry about tomorrow, for today has enough to worry about by itself. But it's also, here we are, enjoy today, period. And don't think about that. And a lot of times the, quote, miracles are just small things, man. You see how people change. You see little events that take place. Like I was talking to a buddy of mine today, and he's in a situation where he's trying to, he was looking at how expensive airplane tickets were. He's out west, and his wife's going to come visit, and then they were going to come back together. And he's got a ministry, and he's like, yeah, we got a donation in, and it was the exact amount of the plane tickets that we needed to get back, like almost to the dollar. He was like, this is crazy. So I was like, well, there you go, man. You had your answer real quick, didn't you? So just little things like that. I mean, that's that in the big scheme of things. Like, no, we didn't, it's not a miracle where somebody got out of their wheelchair and walked, but these little things that are blessings And now that enables him to go do more and give more and do more. So, I mean, you got to look at things that way. So
Yeah.
people want to see miracles, and they want to see things that are just, you can't, scratch your head and go, I have no answer for that. But that's not really all they are. It's just little
Yeah.
things that coincidental that a lot of people, oh, that's just a coincidence. No, that's God working.
Yeah. Oh, he will. So, like, I tell people all the time, like we as humans, we get frustrated and say, prayer doesn't work. God ain't answered my prayers. I've been praying this for years and years. I said, well, maybe you're going about it the wrong way. Like, for one, God says, or the Bible says, you got to pray specifically when you pray for something. You can't just say, well, Lord, I want a new job. Well, then he gives you a job and it's like 10 times worse than the one you got now. It's like, well, and it's like, well, I gave you a job. You got to be specific. I want this job. I want to do this. I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll bless you because, like, you got to be specific. And then you got to also, like, you got to believe that prayer works. And so, like, for instance, when my dad had a heart attack several years ago, he had the Widowmaker, which is the worst one you can have.
Right.
And to tell you, so for those that's watching, I don't know how many of y'all have heard this story. I've shared it a lot on my podcast. But when he had that Widowmaker, he was over in Texas going across the border to work with the Cajuns in Louisiana. And so when he had that, my brother Maury told me that he said, well, that foreign doctor that saved your dad, he said, and usually when you think of these foreign doctors, usually you think, they're just not believers, whatever. Well, this one was. And he said that doctor told him, as a man, he said, I felt like God told me to do the surgery on the left side. He said, but usually on these heart attacks, these Widowmakers, we always go in on the right side because it sounded like more than 90% of the time that's where the blockage is. Well, he went in on the left side and that's where it was. They found it. And turns out my dad's right artery was born on his left side and his left artery was born on his right side. And they said that's pretty rare. It's not the rarest thing they've ever seen. It was pretty rare.
Mm-hmm.
And so his heart was beating at 10%.
Wow.
And miracle of God, the next day, 45%. And it was beating 45%. They said a normal person's heart is 72%. If it's more than that, that's not good. If it's less than that, it's not good. It's got to be 72. Well, I went on Facebook and tagged my dad on Facebook because we do everything together. We're tight. And so I was super upset. I had to fly down there, which hopefully I'll never fly again. And I hate flying, by the way. And so, we get down there, and so I had all kind of people I've never if you want people to comment on your post on Facebook, they never comment any other time until you ask for prayers. Mm-hmm. And so I had who knows how many people praying and commenting, which is awesome. And so one lady commented, I don't know who she was, somebody he knows that he's friends with from down there in Texas. And she commented, and I was telling everybody, thank you for the prayers, And she said, because you believed. And I replied to her and I said, do what? And she said, because you believe that prayer works, then it works. I said, whoa. So that opened my eyes. So now I tell that story. I said, look, if you don't believe that prayer works, why are you saying it? Why are you saying a prayer? You're wasting your time.
Exactly. That's what I saw that. I think Pastor Joby Martin said that one of his quotes are, if you don't believe prayer works, why pray? Or why I'm sorry, I got it wrong. I hate to get it wrong, but it's something
That's
like
okay.
If you don't believe in prayer, then don't pray, and if you believe in prayer, then don't worry.
Oh.
So that
I like that.
Why worry if you believe? You shouldn't worry.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe, then don't worry either, because you got bigger problems, I guess. But I didn't quote that right. But there's a video out there I saw. He said that, and it was something along those lines of basically, if you believe, then don't worry, and if you don't believe, then why worry? No, that's not right. But it's anyway. It's got something to do with if you believe, then you shouldn't worry about anything. You shouldn't be anxious, pretty much. And then, if you don't believe prayer works, then don't pray. You shouldn't think so. Why pray? You know, or something like.
Yeah.
He didn't say that. I said that part, but
If you find that, send it to me.
yeah, I got to find it. Dude, he's got so many good clips on there. I had him on my podcast a few weeks ago now. It was back in June. We recorded one with him, and dude, that guy's so awesome. He loves hunting as much as anybody I've ever met in my life.
Man, that's awesome. So what's his name again?
Joby Martin.
Joby Martin. Okay,
Yeah.
I need to look him up.
Yeah, Pastor Joby. He's a pastor at the Church of 1122. They're based out of Jacksonville, Florida, but they got campuses all over South Georgia and Florida, and there's the fastest growing church in, I think, the United States.
Really? Wow.
And he's got just a all-star team of pastors that come in and preach on different days, and he's in there doing it, and they got a lot of activities going on. He's a big hunter, and he ties hunting into a lot of his stuff. He's shaved head, big long white beard, jacked up biker looking dude, got tats everywhere. I mean, just when you see this guy, you're like, there's no way he's a preacher or a pastor. Like, hey, this is my guy. Like this guy knows what's up.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. I was really honored to have him on the podcast, get to meet him and talk to him for an hour, and we had a good time and talked about.
And that's on your YouTube also.
Yeah, I dropped that a few weeks ago. I think
Okay.
it was the episode before Nate hosted.
So 118. That's awesome. Josh said I've heard of him. He's good. That's great. So how many episodes have you done on your podcast? Because this one is episode 125 for me.
Ironically, the one that dropped today was 124.
Wow. So you're one behind me. That's cool. We're in the cool club.
Yeah. Everybody says that most podcasts don't make it past like 10 episodes. Then when you hit 100, like you've made it. Like you've got an established podcast. I'm like, man, I don't know about all these numbers and things. I just keep doing them because I enjoy doing it, and I like having some fun and having a good time and talk about hunting and outdoors and scripture and whatever else comes to mind. And my wife jumps on there with me sometimes. We talk about traveling together and doing stuff, and she likes to do podcasts, but I gotta get her back in it. She's kind of got she's working 2 jobs right now just because that's her choice, and so she's spread so thin. I hate to ask her to do anything else.
Well, speaking of podcasts, do you watch the Duck Call Room podcast?
I've seen some of it. I'll be honest, man. I don't listen and watch many podcasts. I'm most of the time I'm so busy doing stuff, sitting here in my office on my computers and doing stuff, and I listen to music a lot. And that's about it. I listen to a few podcasts every once in a while. I listen to Deepin, and that's got Pastor Joby I was just talking about. He does it with some other gentlemen. That's a really good one. And it's kind of the same. It's a podcast basically similar to the sermons that they do on Sundays. So if you miss Sunday, you can listen to the podcast, or if you listen to the sermon and listen to the podcast, it kind of reinforces everything they talk about. So it's pretty cool to hear that and get kind of any missing parts that you miss. You kind of get a second chance to pick it up, and that's one I listen to a good little bit. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess my attention span's so short. Like I
don't listen to podcasts because I like to watch them.
Yeah.
Because when I watch them, I get a visual of what they're talking about, and when I listen, I can't get a visual, and it's boring.
Mm-hmm.
So I watch the Duck Call Room podcast all the time with the guys from Duck Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen every single episode they've ever done. I had to start from the beginning because I was behind by like 2 years, and I had to start. Now they're over 1,000 episodes or whatever. And they drop one every Tuesday at 6 and Thursday at 6. And when they do the premiere, it's not actually live. It's just a YouTube video premiere, and you can chat back and forth with fans. So I watch that, and I love when they get to telling funny hunting stories, or Uncle Si gets in. But when Uncle Si gets fired up about Jesus, boy, you better listen, because he knows his Bible.
Here we go.
And I love really anything Duck Dynasty. Those guys are great. I've met Martin. I met him last year at the World Deer Expo, and then I met Willie in 2010, but that was back before Duck Dynasty even started. He was doing a Buck Commander booth, and I met him. So now my brother Blake's like, man, I'm so jealous you got to meet Willie Robertson.
Yeah, I met both of those guys. They super, super guys. Like, just really, just good dude.
And Willie, like he comes on the podcast every now and then. He goes on Unashamed a lot more. But when he comes on there, like he's a prankster and he loves to play pranks on people. And I can imagine that that'd be kind of funny hanging out with him.
Yeah, them guys are a mess right there, man.
And let's see. So I got one more song I'm gonna play here. And speaking of your pastor buddy, so have you ever heard of a comedian named David Magdalg Bonner?
I don't think so.
So he's a Christian comedian from Alabama, and I hadn't followed him in many years, but my buddy Richie used to have a CD of his, and I'd listen to it, and he is hilarious. So he started talking about it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm from Tuscaloosa County." He's like, "Where I'm from, it's so small. The only time the cops came to church was for business meetings." Then he says, "Y'all know they mentioned baseball in the Bible?" He says, "In the beginning." And then he said, "I went to a church one time that was so big." He said, "They had a lost and found room with an arcade for your kids, and they had a shuttle bus just to get to it." And the best one that I ever heard him say was he said, he started talking about, he's like, "Yeah, there's a lot of big words I didn't know in the church when I was growing up." He said, "One of them was vestibule." And he said, that's part of the church that lists the people who died in the service, World War I, II, Vietnam. He said, one Sunday morning, this little boy asked his mom, said, "Mom, what's that?" She said, "Oh, that list for the people who died in the service." He said, without missing a little beat, little boy asked her, said, "Which one, the morning or evening service?" I wished I could have been a fly on the wall for that. I would have laughed so hard I'd have peed in my pants.
Man, yeah. That's funny. That's funny.
Hey, we'll see you later, Josh. Hey, I'm going to get you on the show coming up soon, man. I got to get you on there.
See you, Josh.
All right, so one more show here, or one more song here. So, do you like rock music any?
Oh, yeah. I listen to everything.
Okay. All right, well, you'll love this new one. This is the newest single from Stryper, and they got a music video for it, or a lyric video. And the name of the album is coming out called Throne of Thorns is the name of it. And this is the title track, Throne of Thorns. So let's see. This week. There we go. It's loading. Appreciate that, Boomhire. We'll see you later. All right, let's see. And all right, it's processing. And let's hit play.
Deep as desires, chains
So what y'all think of that? What you think of that?
That's straight up like my I'd say my early high school days or middle school days sound right there.
Yeah, that's a brand new song that just dropped maybe 2 weeks ago, and I downloaded it immediately. They got a video on their YouTube. They sound just as good. So they've been doing music since 1978.
Oh
They
wow.
started out as a band called Rock's Regime, and of all bands, Metallica opened for them. So that tells you now Metallica's this multi-million-dollar band, and Stryper's below them. But Stryper came out in I think '83 was when their first album dropped,
Mhm.
and people told them they had a song called "To Hell with the Devil," and that was the name of the album and title track. And people said, "Oh no, that's horrible. We don't need that. That's not Christian. That's not this." Well, God proved them wrong, and they went platinum their very first album with that song. Jeff says, "I want to hunt rats at Chuck E. Cheese."
Or monkeys. Either one.
Yeah. So look, me and Jeff's got this little inside joke. So one day, Jeff was, me and Jeff were live, and I said something like, I said something funny. I just said something silly. I said, "Oh, so we're going to Chuck E. Cheese to celebrate." So now, ever since then, we back and forth about going to Chuck E. Cheese, and so one of these days we're actually going to go there. We're going to film a video there. I told Jeff the other day. I said, "Yeah, you're going to be going to Chuck E. Cheese, throwing skee ball, yelling Jesus, like all those people on Chuck E. Cheese." Be like, "What?" It's like, "Look, y'all need to hear about Jesus too."
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, look, I appreciate you coming on the show. Is there anybody you want to shout out? Anybody you want to thank?
Oh man, just thank you for having me on here, brother. Good to see you again. It's been a minute, and
Yes, I've thoroughly enjoyed this. This is great. If somebody didn't get Jesus in this podcast, they wouldn't listen.
That's right. Yeah, man. Y'all appreciate it, and everybody check out Backwoods Life podcast videos on YouTube. TV show. Actually, TV show starts. What's today? It's Tuesday, right? So we got
Yes.
it's 8:30, hour and a half. You can go watch Backwoods Life, a new episode.
Let's see. Jeff says, any outdoor shows in Iowa soon that you will be at?
No, not this year. I've been to the Iowa Deer Classic one time. That was a fun time. Saw some giant deer at that place, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. So, but no, not this year. Not on the schedule anyway. So we're on the downhill side. I'm getting ready for deer season now.
That's great. So while I'm thinking about it, speaking of sponsors, what are your TV show sponsors? We'll shout them out.
Oh gosh, man, we got McCorder Rifles, Hawk Optics, Modern Buggy RVs, Element Outdoors, Antler King. Man, I don't know. I probably missed somebody already, but I don't know. You go to our website, you can see all of them.
Yes. Backwoodslife.com.
That's right. 100%.
I tell you what, out of all those sponsors, I've heard of every one of them. McCorder Rifles, if I'm not mistaken, they're American-made hunting rifles, right?
Oh yeah, made right here in Dover, Georgia, not about an hour from my house.
Really? That is cool. I did not know there was a gun manufacturer in Georgia.
Yep, they're extremely accurate long range rifle. They have to have a shooting school over there that we're going to do that school. It'll be my third year doing it later in August. And the whole deal of the school is you sit in a classroom, you learn how to shoot long range, and then you go do it on the range, and you start out shooting 200, 300 yards, and you go out 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and 1,000. And the goal of the school is that you hit a 5x5 metal target at 1,000 yards.
Wow. You know, I've always seen the Buckmasters and the World Deer Expo. I've always seen the Barber Shooting Academy. You ever heard of that one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've always seen them at a book, but I didn't realize that was such a big deal. Shooting schools. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. It's John that teaches that school. He's an ex military guy. He had, I don't know how many. He was in there 20 plus years in the military. He's sniper certified. Just one of the best dudes in the world, John Presley, and he's a great teacher. And by the end of that class, you will go deer hunting this fall, and you just will go, okay, I dare a deer to walk out with my rifle. Like I got him. So it's
You
worth
know,
it.
speaking of shooting accurate, they said that Chuck Norris killed his first deer at 300 yards with a pocket knife and a hurricane.
I believe it. Even the hurricane was blowing against him. That's the thing. He just threw it into the wind.
Oh, that's great. They're blowing against him. That's great.
You know,
Look,
the boogeyman checks his closet at night for Chuck Norris.
They said Chuck Norris can make a slinky go upstairs.
Oh, dude, I got to get out of here, man. We got to end it on that. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Look, I want to be able to go to that school and get so good at shooting I can knock a tick off a deer at 300 yards.
You can do that. That's easy. That's first day stuff. No problem.
All right. Well, you want to pray us out?
Yeah, man. Take my hat off.
Cool.
Dear Lord, thank you for letting us come together today. Allow everybody that hopped on here. Hopefully they got something positive out of this podcast and they'll look for you and everything they do. We appreciate your time and we devote our bodies to your service. Amen.
Amen. All right. Appreciate y'all watching. Y'all go to backwoodslife.com, subscribe to the YouTube, go to the Facebook, subscribe to Coon Hunters Outdoors Ministries YouTube. I got all kind of videos plus a new hunt we filmed of our recent coon hunt. So y'all go in there and we'll see y'all later.
Thank you.
Let's see.